Good evening and welcome to the final game of the GCU Invitational. And it is the sixth game for the GCU Lopes. GCU's coming into this matchup 15-1, and they'll be playing the Nevada Wolfpack, who comes in at 8-4. We got a good pitching matchup for you today between the 8-1 Taylor Nolan and the 4-2 Callie Sargent. Taylor, it's going to be a good one today.
Absolutely. Looking to round out, of course, a second weekend of perfect play here at home for GCU, keeping their perfect record at home in the brand new GCU softball stadium. And of course, like we said, it is the current reigning WAC pitcher of the year, Taylor Nolan, back up at the mound. We haven't seen her too much this weekend. Coach Ann Pearson resting her quite a bit this weekend. But out here for the last game of the 4th annual GCU Invitational, it'll be sure to be a good one, JP.
Grand Canyon and Nevada played 2 nights ago, Friday night. Grand Canyon run-ruled them in the 5th inning, 11-3. And the Brianna Aguilar was pitching that matchup. She pitched 5 innings, 2 earned runs. Of course, Taylor Nolan going today. Some starting lineups for the Lopes. Taylor Kay in left, Lainey Gomez in center, and Lorianne Olson in right. Taylor Nolan is your pitcher. The Smith twins at 3rd and 2nd. Camry Wortman at second base, Bianca Bowling at first base, and at catcher, Kenzie Hill, and we are underway with the ball.
Absolutely. This is the Pack's number 7, Sierra Mello, the freshman out of Union City, California, up to bat, the start of the lineup here for the Nevada Wolfpack. She hit a .458, impressive batting average for the freshman, and that was in her senior high school career, so coming out a young team here for Nevada. We talked about Portland's young team as well. They had 11 freshmen, ranked first actually in the nation for youngest starting lineup. And of course, Nevada with a heavy freshman base as well.
3 of those freshmen in the starting lineup, one of those being Sierra Mello. She's had a somewhat good start to her year, batting .257 so far. 3 RBIs, and she has scored 11 runs, which is tied for first on the ball club. Count is 2-2. That one well high.
Of course, the Lopes coming off a huge victory yesterday. 2 big games for them yesterday, a little bit closer in runs scored than we've seen, but getting 4 home runs in that last game yesterday afternoon, the 3rd day of play for the Invitational.
Taylor Nolan picks up her first strikeout of the game. We're hoping for a good performance for her. She's got a lot to live up to. In the final game against Rhode Island yesterday, Brianna Aguilar Bocage came out and she threw for 7 strikeouts in her relief appearance. So Taylor Nolan's got a lot to live up to there, and we know she's up to it.
Absolutely. JP, she ranks 18th in strikeouts, and that was with 40 before coming into this weekend. So she will probably go up in those national rankings. And she's also tied with Georgia's Brittany Gray for most wins in the nation. So impressive stats for Taylor Nolan. We talk so heavily about her. You know, she comes into this season WAC Pitcher of the Year, and then, of course, picks up that preseason ranking as well.
Yeah, going to be a big year for her. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Strike 2 to Aaliyah Gibson. Gibson batting .342, started every game for the Nevada Wolfpack so far this season.
Yeah, Leah Gibson, a junior out of Austin, Texas, went to Westlake High School. She was all second team at Mountain West last year as a sophomore.
She gets a little chopper down, falls just in front of Taylor Nolan, took a little backspin, and Nolan could not get to it in time, and Aaliyah Gibson finds her way on first base. Of course, Gibson so very fast. 2 triples on the year for her already, just 12 games played. And now her teammate Jennifer Purcell will come in and try to advance her a few bags.
Absolutely. Knowing that GCU is tough, the Pack is going to want to get out early and get on base. as Gibson did here on first now. Only one out. It's number 11, Jennifer Purcell, junior from Carson City, Nevada. Attended Carson High School. She, as well, along with Gibson, was named to the second team All-Mountain West Conference last year. She turned in one of the best offensive seasons in Wolfpack history.
This one fouled well back. The count goes to 2-1.
Purcell had an impressive 12 home runs last year, 40 RBIs, and 19 doubles.
And the 2-1 pitch. It's in the dirt. Gibson is going, and she is tagged out.
Absolutely.
Great tag by Shea Smith.
When the Lopes feel the pressure, they don't necessarily feel the pressure. They do a great job of capitalizing on plays like that. The Smith sisters do an impeccable job. They have such great game IQ and are able to get that out. 2 outs now in the top of this first inning.
And a swing and a miss. The count rises to full. Kenzie Hill's such a great catcher. She's had several of those throwouts there, catching runner stealing on second. Such great chemistry with her shortstop, Shea Smith, and her second baseman, Camry Wortman. And Purcell stays alive. Fouls that one off, 3-2.
This is the last game, of course, of the 4th annual GCU Invitational. The Lopes will be back home next weekend to play.
This one ripped far, out to right field, and that one is gone. Solo home run.
Yeah, that was likely from Purcell, of course, getting those 12 home runs last year, adding to her one that she's had in this season. So that'll be 2 home runs she has now on the season. The Pack starting off this game 1-0, 2 outs, top of the first inning.
The Nevada Wolfpack with 2 home runs so far in the year. That one will be the third. The other home run so far this year is by your next batter, number 6, Erica Hansen. She had her home run yesterday in a 10-3 showing against Portland State. Hansen went 2 for 3 with 3 runs and 3 RBIs. She had a monster game in that one, as Portland State picked up their 7th win of the season there.
Yeah, Erica Hansen, a junior out of Ventura, California. She was a transfer from Bradley College, which actually we saw them play here about 2 weekends ago.
And the GCU kickoff.
Absolutely.
Nolan misses low on the first pitch.
An impressive high school batting average too, .421, 8 home runs and 12 doubles.
And a swing and a miss by Hansen. Really took a cut after that one. Hansen, second on the team with a .351 average, only to Jennifer Purcell, the home run hitter. And another swing and a miss. Took 2 big cuts right there, the last 2 pitches, and the count is 1-2. Nolan trying to finish off this inning right here. This one gets a little low on her in the dirt. Passes catcher Kenzie Hill. The count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Nolan, of course, along with Camry Wortman and Shea Smith, all receiving those preseason WAC accolades, which we talk about how reputable that is because it's voted on by other coaches amongst the conference.
WAC conference, very tough conference. So those preseason accolades mean a lot, but you got to perform in the season and show that you do deserve those.
Absolutely.
Nolan misses inside. The count fills up. And Hansen stays alive. Really working the count here against Taylor Nolan.
Yeah, knowing she needs to stay in this one, wanting to pressure the one run that they just scored with 2 outs now here in this first inning.
Taylor Nolan just misses inside. Ball 3.
Taylor Nolan seeming a little bit slow here, JP, from the start, taking her time at the mound, hesitating a little bit, trying to get into the groove of things.
Fouled off again by Erica Hansen. It could be because it's pretty overcast, kind of a gloomy day out here. The sun has peeked out a couple times. Still a nice cold breeze here. Phoenix, Arizona expecting some rain tomorrow. Looks like it's kind of moving in. And a swing, fouls it off. Just gets a tip on that ball. Kenzie Hill was able to keep it in front of her. And Hansen will stay alive. Really working the count here. Taking a lot of pitches against Nolan early on in the first inning here.
Yeah, Hansen having a strong at-bat right now.
This one ripped up the center, just over the head of Shea Smith. Hansen will get herself on base with a single. 2 outs on the board for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, Hansen having 13 hits on the season. That'll add to that one, increasing her average there. She did a nice job of staying strong against Nolan, forcing that single right there. We'll bring up pack player number 2, Kenzie Goins, the freshman out of Reno, Nevada. Attended Reed High School, one of those 3 freshmen in the lineup. 3-time All-State performer at shortstop. She led her team to 4 consecutive regional championships.
The 0-1 pitch is taken by Kenzie Hill for a ball. 1-1. Wolfpack really struggled to hit against the Lopes in that first game Friday night. Only had 8 hits, most of those coming in the 5th inning when they scored 3 runs, but the Lopes countered right back out in the bottom of the 5th with 2 more of their own and were able to run rule the Wolfpack. Lopes picking up their 13th win of the year there.
Yeah, an exciting game because the Pack had seemed to really fight back towards the end, and we weren't sure it was going to be a run rule and end up getting that shortened game. But nonetheless, GCU capitalizing on that victory. A really exciting game for the Lopes.
And the runner steals second. Erica Hansen gets in. Shea Smith throw was on time, but she could not bring in the throw. She applied the tag, but the ball had slipped out of her glove. Erica Hansen is in at second. 2-2 count to Goins.
The Pack coming off a Damari Classic winning weekend last weekend in Las Vegas. They won 2 of their 3 games on the weekend.
And a swing and a miss by Goins. Nolan picks up her 2nd strikeout of the first inning, not before Purcell can get a home run over the right field wall, putting the Wolfpack up 1-0 here on our way to the bottom of the first. Happy homecoming, GCU students, alumni, and family. Thank you for joining us and making this a great homecoming weekend. There's still lots to do on campus with softball today, this coming weekend, and the final game for women's basketball. Another big volleyball game tonight as well.
Absolutely. Big game against Ohio State, the second of 2-game series that the men will face, dropping that game on Friday night, but really an exciting game. Huge crowd over there in GCU Arena.
Records for volleyball, and another record set last night. Homecoming basketball game. They beat the Louisville game. Broke a new attendance record on senior night out there. Dwayne Russell's last game, and the Lopes were able to secure the victory.
Absolutely. That was an important game for them to win because they had dropped that game against UMKC earlier in the season. So a great victory for the Lopes and a great final game for Dwayne Russell and the rest of the Lopes.
Nikki Gonzalez leading off for the Lopes. She will face Callie Sargent. Callie Sargent's made one start so far, and it was in a big victory against Portland State. They won 10-3. She pitched a complete game, allowed 7 hits. She struck out 2 on her way to her 4th win of the year. But it's only her 2nd appearance of this GCU kickoff tournament, and she will be facing a tough GCU lineup in the finale. The stage is set for her to create some drama.
Absolutely. Nikki Gonzalez getting the starting lineup here at the start of this at-bat. Moving up in that lineup.
Yeah.
We've seen some changes, too, amongst the lineup throughout the weekend. A few people moving up and a few people moving down in the lineup.
It all started with that Nevada game on Friday night. That's when Coach Pearson mixed up the lineup. She put Gonzalez in the 1 spot. Olsen following her up. Wortman batting third, where I think she's very strong as Nikki Gonzalez strikes out. Sargent picking up her first K.
Wortman's at the 3 spot. Gomez will be batting cleanup. Kenzie Hills at 5th. The Smith twins, Shea, followed by Sierra. Bianca Bowling. And then Taylor Kay rounding us off at the 9 position.
It's going to be Lorianne Olsen, the freshman out of Tucson, Arizona, who's really made a name for herself so far in this GCU season, batting .357 on the season. 42 at-bats, 10 runs.
She rips this one into left field. She's going to get on base for the single, and she's going to pick up the Lopes' first hit of the ball game.
That'll bring up
number 5, Camry
none other than
Wortman.
your homecoming queen, Camry Wortman, the senior out of Riverton, Utah. She is also one of those 3 players to receive preseason all-WAC team honors. Her 3rd year in a row receiving these preseason honors.
Camry Wortman pulls that one just foul. It was over the head of the first baseman, and if it touched that foul line, that could have been extra bases for her, and maybe even Lorianne Olsen might have found her way all the way around to score.
Absolutely. Camry Wortman, such a strong hitter. She hits left-handed, but seems to fly always into that same consistent right field area, picking up a home run 2 nights ago.
She fires this right back at the pitcher, and the pitcher delivers it to her first baseman for the 2nd out of the 1st inning. Lainey Gomez to bat now, runner in the scoring position.
Batting 4th.
Faced with a tough task, however, 2 outs on the board for the Lopes. This game not unlike the Lopes. They have fallen behind in several games here in this GCU Invitational. Both games yesterday, they fell behind pretty early.
Lainey Gomez also doing a great job through this Invitational and through the season. Junior out of Gilbert, Arizona. Gomez .391 on the season. She leads the team in batting percentage.
Chops it to the shortstop, took a couple bounces. Shortstop was able to secure that one, do her first baseman to end the inning. Sargent gets out of that one, no harm. 1-0 here, end of the 1st.
Like to extend a welcome to the
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back here at GCU Softball Stadium. Taylor Nolan back out, trying to keep the Lopes down by just 1. Nolan, as Taylor said, hasn't played much in this GCU Invitational, getting a little bit of a rest. She did play yesterday afternoon in the Lopes' first game of the doubleheader. She pitched 4.2 innings, allowed 6 hits, only 2 earned runs, and she secured the save for the Lopes. She started the game, and then they brought in Brianna Aguilar, who came in and gave 2 solid innings of work, and then They brought back in Nolan to close the game off. Very interesting. Never seen that before. And she did her job very well. She's back out here to start in this final game against Nevada.
Absolutely. Ann Pearson, of course, brings a lot of things out of her sleeve, such as that one, resting Nolan and then bringing her out today. Nolan, GCU's all-time strikeout leader. She passed the mark last year, the 2016 season, as a junior. Started 23 games in the pitching circle and appeared in a total of 36.
Rachel Rodriguez to bat for the Wolfpack. Getting her first start of the year so far here. She has appeared in 2 games, making 2 plate appearances. Misses the second pitch, 1-2.
Yeah, Coach Josh Taylor also changing out his starting lineup here today for the Wolfpack. Rodriguez making her start here. This is Coach Taylor's first season at the helm for the Wolfpack. Previously coached at the College of Southern Nevada.
Nolan misses that one high.
Rodriguez, the lone sophomore in the starting batting order.
She fouls this one off. Made 2 appearances so far. She has gotten a hit in both of her at-bats. Perfect 1,000.
Yeah, she transferred actually to Nevada this past year from Boise State, where she made 38 appearances and 18 starts.
She fouls this one off. Left fielder trying to get to that. Shea Smith makes a diving effort and is unable to get that one. Just outside the reach of her glove there.
Of course, like we mentioned, the Lopes will be back home next weekend. You can catch all that action right here on GCU TV. They'll have another 5-game series. They'll face off against Maine and Creighton. It'll be starting on Friday, March 3rd, right here at 6 p.m.
Rodriguez fouls another full count pitch off. Nolan's really had to deal with some long at-bats here early by the Wolfpack. They're really putting her to work in these first 2 innings.
Yeah, I think Coach Taylor expected her to come out today and come out strong, and needing to change up his lineup to have a little bit of stronger batters. And that'll force the walk here on to first.
Batting 7th, the catcher, number 99.
Second pitch missed by Taylor Nolan. That was well high. Kenzie Hill gonna come out and have a word with her. Trying to calm her down. Hasn't really hit her spots early on here. We've only seen a few really solid pitches from Taylor Nolan. Just trying to settle in still.
Every time that she comes out a little more inconsistent, though, she's able to really compose herself. And I think that's what makes her such a great player, too, and such an elite status pitcher, is that she can recognize her errors, transition, and end up having a tremendous game, even if not the best start.
Amanda Nicholas at bat fouls off the first pitch. 400 batter. Seen the plate 15 times. Hit the ball six of those times. She has driven in 3 runs. Looks like she's going to lay down a bunt there. Try to advance her runner.
And Nichols, an Arizona local from Tucson, attended Saguaro High School. We've seen quite a few Arizona locals from the other teams. We saw one from Rhode Island that is out of Anthem.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Brought the fan base, though.
Yeah, all the way from Rhode Island.
Yeah, saying
Rhode
that.
Island had quite a few fans out here
Yeah.
this morning when they were playing Portland State. This one hit out to the right field line. Diving catch missed by Lorianne Olson. Runner will advance to second base. And the Wolfpack have their leadoff runners on first and second base, no outs.
Yeah, Nolan really needing to step up here. No outs and runners on first and second can mean troubling waters here for the Lopes if they don't capitalize here and pitch out of this inning. Necessary to put some outs up on the board. Down 1-0 in the second inning.
Nicholas credited with the single there. No error for Lorianne Olson. And Sienna Swain will dig in here. Sienna Swain lays down a bunt. Easy out at first base for the Lopes.
Great transition play for Camry Wortman, able to come over to first and pick up the out. And that'll be good news, but here we've moved up the runners now to second and third and only 1 out in the second inning, down by 1 run.
Nolan winding up. Just misses the outside corner of the plate. She's got herself a little bit of a jam here. Runners on second and third. Only 1 out for the Lopes, the 1-0. That one finds the plate.
And this is going to be Raquel Martinez, better known as Rocky, the senior out of Reno, Nevada. Attended Galena High School. She was part of the All-Mountain West academic team. 266 average with 6 home runs last year.
Looked like a good pitch there for Taylor Nolan. Just a touch high. Still trying to figure out where this umpire's strike zone tends to be.
Martinez, not a great average so far in the season with only 143. 21 at-bats and 5 runs, although batting 3 RBIs. So she's in a good opportunity to launch another RBI here. With only 1 out.
Rocky Martinez thought she drew a walk there, but
yeah.
Taylor Nolan slotted that one in there. Full count. This one lifted high and out to right center field. Grabbed in by Gomez. Gomez going to fire it to her cutoff, Shea Smith, but a run will score.
Yep.
Rachel Rodriguez will make her way all the way around the bases. Walked by Nolan, leadoff batter. She'll come all the way around to score.
Unfortunately, 1 run scored and still a runner on third with only 2 outs. Nolan needing to pitch out of this inning right here and get this strikeout here on the Wolfpack's number 7 starter, Sierra Mello. Back up at the top of the batting lineup. Freshman out of Union City, California.
Mello struck out in her first at-bat. Taylor Nolan started the game off by striking out the leadoff batter, and I'm sure she'd love to have one more strikeout here. Lopes trail 2-0. Taylor Nolan got her signal. 1-1 pitch now. Swung on and fouled off.
Needing really to just find her own and get into her groove here. Nolan looking slightly frustrated by her performance so far, but if she can remain composed and remain in this inning and pitch out, things can turn around here for the Lopes. Down 2-0 on Nevada.
Just misses the outside corner of the plate. Count is 2-2. She hasn't really had her stuff here this time around. She looked real good in the GCU kickoff tournament, had a good game against Baylor despite the loss over there in the Baylor Getterman Classic. She has just seemed a little out of form here this weekend.
And I wonder if that is due to the fact that Pearson hasn't played her as much as usual. She got to rest most of this weekend, so wondering if she's just, trying to shake the dust off here and get into the swing of things.
2-2. Misses inside. Almost hit Mello on the shoulder right there. Count is full. 2 outs. Runner will be going on the throw. Fouled off.
Staying in this one, fighting back, getting a piece of that one. Mello having a nice at-bat here against Nolan.
Lopes trail 2-0. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Taylor Nolan requesting a new fresh ball. She wants a brand new ball for the strikeout. 3-2 count. This one hit off to the left side, brought in by Taylor Kay for the 3rd out of the top of the second inning for the Lopes. Tough inning there for Taylor Nolan, allowed 1 runner to come all the way around. Leadoff walk she gave up there. Lopes trailed 2-0, heading to the bottom of the second.
If you missed last night's volleyball game against Ohio State, you can watch it back on YouTube or even catch the final game of this 2-game series today at 1 p.m. The Lopes take on the Buckeyes right at 1 p.m. Watch live on YouTube and GCU.TV. Of course, we discussed that game a few minutes ago. They dropped that game 3-1.
Tough loss Friday night.
But they look to make things back. The highest ranked team to come into GCU Arena ever, number 1 ranked Ohio State.
Yeah, it was a great environment in there. Tough loss, but a lot of positives to take from it. Of course, moving over to Antelope Gymnasium today, I think the game starts roughly about 1 o'clock there. You're not going to want to miss that. Tune over to GCU TV or on YouTube right after this game concludes. Callie Sargent going to have to face Kenzie Hill, Shea Smith, and Sierra Smith. Those are the Lopes batters due up here in the bottom of the second inning. Callie Sargent picked up 1 strikeout in the first inning, led up a single to Lorianne Olson, and then followed that up with 2 straight ground outs. Solid first inning of work for Sargent, and she will start us off here with a ball.
Yep, Kenzie Hill, the senior out of Walla Walla, Washington, catcher for GCU. Started in 50 games last year at the catching position. Currently has a .312 average, 32 at-bats, 8 runs.
Sargent misses high.
2 home runs on the season, second best on this GCU team.
Finds a high corner there. 2-1 the count to catcher Kenzie Hill. Kenzie Hill swings and misses, evens up the count, 2-2. Full house we got here today in GCU Antelope Softball Stadium. This one fouled off in between the bleachers by Kenzie Hill. Stays alive.
Yeah, getting just a chunk of that one, fouling it back over the netting. Seen a lot of balls go out here of the stadium.
Kenzie Hill shoots this one to the shortstop. She delivers it to her first baseman, and Kenzie Hill just doesn't beat out the throw. 1 out for Sargent.
Didn't quite have a lot of muster on that one to really get past the gravel into the grass here.
Yeah, kind of just skittered over that shortstop. Easy routine play. Shea Smith takes the first pitch ball.
Shea Smith was starting that batting lineup at the start of this invitational. She's now moved down a little bit, batting .345 on the season. Not too shabby for the start, but when you have, Lainey Gomez, Camry Wortman almost batting .400, that'll bring you down. Tough competition amongst these GCU batters.
She fouls that last pitch off just over first base. Many fans here thought that was going to be a close one to a fair ball. She could have got extra bases there, maybe even a triple. We know she has the speed to do that. Takes the third pitch ball, 2-1.
Shay Smith, of course, receiving those preseason accolades. Preseason all-WAC second team last year as a freshman. Started in all 50 games.
This one ripped to the right side. Going to drop in for a single just in front of the right fielder, Erica Hansen.
Lopes needing some energy, and hopefully that's a little bit of momentum that can get things rolling for these batters.
Number 3.
And to answer back to 2 runs scored, 1-1 in both innings here.
So Shay Smith's single gets on for the Lopes, just the second runner for the Lopes this game. Sierra Smith showing bunt. Going to run after that one, take the first pitch ball just a bit high as the sun finds a gap in between the clouds, decides to shine down.
I know, it's finally creeping out here for Sierra Smith, the sophomore, to answer back to her sister's single, and she'll try.
Diving catch by the center fielder, Gibson. What a play by the Nevada outfielder.
Yeah, Gibson coming a long way to really reach for that one. Did a nice job falling into the ground for that one, picking up the second out. Bianca Boiling, a home run hitter yesterday, is going to need to create some momentum here, get Smith around these bases, put some numbers up on the board.
That one smacked out to right center field.
Ball 1. Looked like it was moving just to the right. It was going to drop in front of Gibson, but Gibson made a nice sliding grab to put 2 outs on the board for the Wolfpack and keep Shay Smith at first base.
Bianca Boiling with 3 home runs on the season, leading this GCU team in home runs scored. She had a nice one yesterday, last night's game.
Bianca Bowling lets that one come inside. 3-0 count. Yeah, Bowling in the first game of yesterday hit her home run to right field just over the foul pole. It was a nice way to get the Lopes comeback rally started. Megan Stevens followed up her home run with one of her own, winning that game for the Lopes.
Absolutely. It's been a tremendous weekend for the Lopes here in the GC Invitational, attempting to keep their perfect record at home. And now officially 15-1 on the season. One of the best starts since program started. The best start since they've gone Division I back in 2014.
Bowling takes this one just inside corner of that outside. Full count now for Bianca Bowling. This one shot out to the left field, and then a jumping grab by Martinez. Rocky Martinez, a great grab out there to end the inning. Seen some great defensive plays for the Nevada Wolfpack. They finished that one out to close the bottom of the second inning with a 2-0 lead here on GCU TV.
The Grand Canyon University Film Festival is a 3-night celebration of our school's talented filmmakers. It's held in Ethington Theater on March 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and it features some of our best shorts of the year. Come join us to be a part of Arizona's emerging film community. Whether it's for one night or all 3, we appreciate your support.
Welcome back. Sunny day here in Phoenix, Arizona at GCU Softball Stadium. Taylor Nolan back in the circle. He's got a tough lineup to face. She's going to be going against Gibson, Purcell, Hansen. Gibson with a single in the first. Purcell had that home run just over the right field wall against Taylor Nolan, and Hansen had herself another single as well, all in the first inning.
Yeah, Nolan, WAC Pitcher of the Year, is going to need to stand up here and make something occur, pitch out of this inning, carry on some momentum for GCU. Looking a little broken down here, 2-0 at the top of the third.
Gibson pulls this one well foul. Nolan gets ahead in the count. 0-1.
Nolan, of course, Phoenix local, Peoria, Arizona, attended Sunrise Mountain High School. She was the 2013 AZ Central Big School Player of the Year.
This one popped up to Camryn Wortman. Almost looked like it was going to go right to Taylor Nolan. Then it kind of switched, looking to go for Shea Smith. And then Camryn Wortman came soaring in
First baseman.
to get the first out on the board for the Lopes in the top of the third.
It'll be Jennifer Purcell for the Pack, back up to bat. The junior out of Carson City, Nevada.
Strike one to Purcell. Checked her swing, but Nolan was able to find the strike zone. This one just inside. This one seemed to hit Purcell right on the arm. But the umpire ruling that Purcell was leaning in a little bit. Will not count.
The ump having a little bit of a discussion with one of the Nevada coaches. Seemed as if he was saying, yeah, she was leaning forward or maybe misplaced in the box a little bit, but the Nevada coach looking to get that as a call. The crowd really getting into this one, JP. GCU fans yelling.
Couple baseball players here getting real into this one, giving the coach a piece of their mind, but the umpire does not oblige with the coach's demands. I think the umpire made the right call there. As you can see, Purcell getting real close to the strike zone. Definitely leaning over, right over the plate.
She does. You can tell that she almost, initiates it, getting over the plate there.
Nolan does hit her on that pitch, but her elbow is well over the corner of the plate. 3-1. That one finds the outside corner.
Absolutely.
Great pitch there by Taylor Nolan. Really had a nice fastball coming in there.
Full count now for Nolan. Finally starting to come alive. One out here.
This one fouled off. Count remains full.
Purcell staying in this, having a nice at-bat. All these Wolfpack players really remaining in this count, trying to fight back at every at-bat. Nolan attempting to pitch a tough game today.
Nolan strikes her out.
That'll do a lot for Nolan's confidence. She'll really want to take that one and roll with it. 2 outs now and a quick turnaround for the top of the third.
Nevada coach still having a word with the umpire. Not happy about that at bat, but nonetheless, Nolan picks up her third strikeout of the ball game so far here in the top of the third inning. 2 outs now for Erica Hansen.
Erica Hansen, the junior out of Ventura, California, trying to play in this mess of fans here, getting awfully excited.
Ball one. I don't know if the Havocs are out here tonight, but there are a group of several guys over there that have a good time with the Nevada coach and some Nevada fans here shouting across these temporary bleachers. Nolan misses high, 2-0.
Purcell with 368 on the season. Second on the team, right under Amanda Nichols, batting .400. Purcell, the transfer out of Bradley University.
That changeup fouled off. Hansen lucky to hit that one. Just swung a little bit too early and puts that one in the ground. This one fouled off to the right. Bianca Bowling able to snag that one just on the foul side of the first base.
Purcell remaining in this count now. 2s across the board, 2 outs as well.
This one misses just outside. The fans did not like that one. Full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runs on the board for the Nevada Wolfpack. This one fouled towards Bowling once more. Nevada with a 2-run lead here.
Hansen with yet again another long at bat.
This is not uncharted territory for the Lopes, however. Fell behind against San Jose State and Rhode Island yesterday. Nolan walks the batter there. Really thought she had a strikeout there to end the inning. The umpire says no.
Shortstop, Kenzie Goins.
Nolan having a hard time here in the beginning of this game to really get into her groove.
That would have been a big strikeout there for not only to get out of the inning, but for her confidence.
It's a 2.81 ERA.
Swing and a miss by Kenzie Goins.
Only 1 loss on the season.
That was a great outing against Baylor. She only let up 1 run. Just didn't get a lot of support. Misses the strike zone outside. Kenzie Hill pump fakes over to the first baseman. Just keeping an eye on that runner, Erica Hansen. This one grounded to Shea Smith. Got it to Bianca Bowling. For the third out of the inning, Lopes get out of that one. First inning where the Lopes have not allowed a run. Good inning for Taylor Nolan, and a good inning there for the Lopes confidence. Mark your calendars, because this Thursday is the first ever TEDx Grand Canyon University. This is a TED event completely organized by GCU students to bring the university and the community together in the spirit of TED's mission, ideas worth spreading. Enjoy a full day of diverse, thought-through speakers and community on March 2nd. For more information, visit gcuarena.com. March 2nd coming up just this week. You won't want to miss that one.
Yep, I believe tickets for students are only about $10 too, so a great opportunity to experience a TED Talk, live in person. We watch them, of course, a lot in classes and different things like that, so that's an exciting thing. The first annual here, GCU, I know they want to continue the tradition too, so be sure to check that out.
Very good prices for the students. Should be a great event.
The Lopes needing to get on the board now. Back up at bat here. Down 2-0, like you said, JP. No stranger to being down and coming back. But the bottom of this third, really looking to turn things around. It's going to be Taylor Kay with the first chance to do that for the Lopes.
Taylor Kay batting 9th, and we'll head right back to the top of the order with Nikki Gonzalez. Gonzalez struck out on her first attempt. Kay runs after this one. Pitches high. 1-0.
Taylor Kay, the sophomore out of Glendale, started 14 games last year.
Kay fires this one over the head of the second baseman. Second baseman came in a little bit, thought maybe Taylor Kay was going to lay down a bunt, and Taylor Kay blooped it right over her head. She's on with a single.
Big for the Lopes there to get the leadoff batter on. Nikki Gonzalez coming to the plate. 320 so far this year. Started every game for the Lopes. She has 16 hits and 11 RBIs. This one ripped high towards center field, and that one is gone. Home run, Nikki Gonzalez.
Absolutely great effort by Nikki Gonzalez. That'll be her second home run of the season, and she'll be able to bring Taylor Kay in as well. So nice, quick 2 points scored, and that's going to bring the game to a tie now, answering back to the 2 runs scored by the Pack. Perfect opportunity to get the lead here. JP, no outs and 2 runs scored. That's going to do a lot for the momentum of this GCU squad now. Lorianne Olson will look to answer back from Nikki Gonzalez. Gonzalez doing a nice job proving she deserves that top spot on the batting lineup.
Lopes tie this one up. 2-2, got the fans on their feet. Lorianne Olson now hits it a hard one to the second baseman. Second baseman does a good job to grab that one and get it to her first baseman for the first out of the 3rd inning. Good way for Sargent to settle in after allowing a 2-run home run to Nikki Gonzalez. Gonzalez had a home run yesterday, led off the game. Had a home run to left center field. This one, high fly ball out to the outfield. Left fielder calls off her center fielder and comes in and snags that one for the second out. So after a home run given up by Sargent, 2 quick outs for the Wolfpack. And Gomez is now faced no one on, 2 outs.
Still a good opportunity here for Lainey Gomez to occur a run. She's been a strong hitter, leading the team with .391 average on the season. Going 4th in this lineup today.
Lainey Gomez chops this one, high bouncer to the second baseman. Second baseman makes a great play there. Her second of the inning, gets the out and ends the inning for the Wolfpack. We are through 3 innings here. 2-2 score.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
Welcome back, GCU Softball Stadium. Tie ball game here between the Lopes and the Wolfpack. GCU playing a fellow desert school, University of Nevada, Reno.
Absolutely. Reno came into this tournament 5-3 on the season. This is the second time that the 2 teams have faced off in program history. Last time, GCU sweeping them in 2 games.
This one chopped to the third baseman. Sierra Smith, beautiful
Nice.
throw. Gets the leadoff batter out. Good start for the Lopes here in the top of the 4th.
Everyone attempting to get these quick outs.
Yeah,
Make
last 3
turnover.
batters have been first pitch out.
Yep. This is your leading batter up to bat for the Pack, batting .400. Nichols, the catcher, out of Tucson, Arizona. And impressive because she's only been at bat 15 times on the season.
Yeah.
6 hits, 3 RBIs. Like to see her get a homer. Taylor Nolan working into this count.
This one, diving stop by Sierra Smith, and she gets it over to the first baseman. 2 up, 2 down. Both ground outs to Sierra Smith. That one a little more spectacular. Great diving stop there by her, and a great delivery to Bianca Bowling.
Great effort, yeah, after even falling for that one, having to take her time to get up and throw over to Boiling. Consistent little duo effort by the 2 of them, getting that second out.
That third base shortstop side is just so dominant for the Lopes. Very good at
yeah.
defense. The Smith twins are just so fundamentally sound. Don't commit many errors. Very solid. This one foul tip. 1-1 for Taylor Nolan.
This is freshman Sienna Swain out of Fresno, California. Went to Buchanan High School.
This one misses well high. Taylor Nolan, slow start. A run in the first, a run in the second, but she's really settled in here now. She walked one in the third inning. I think it should have been a strikeout. She picks up a second strike there. Count is 2-2. I think it should have been a strikeout in the third inning. It was a walk, but she got the next batter out. And then so far, 2 ground outs here to Sierra Smith in the top of the 4th inning. Strike 3 for Taylor Nolan. She gets through that inning very quick. 3 up, 3 down. 1-2-3 inning for Taylor Nolan, and the Lopes keep this one tied 2-2.
Award-winning and chart-topping artists take the stage on March 22nd for the 9th annual Rock and Worship Roadshow right here at GCU Arena. Experience Christian music's most uplifting and entertaining concert series for the whole family. General admission tickets are just $10. Get your tickets now at gcuarena.com. The arena hosting a lot of big events this spring. So
one of my teachers, one of my professors, is the marketing director for GCU Arena, and she is just such a busy woman because the GCU Arena always has such great events going on.
Yep. It's nice to have community events as well. You know, those type of events bring out the entire, Central Phoenix community. So.
Yeah, it's awesome to where they're not just using it for students; they're using it for the locals here in Phoenix, Arizona. Sunny day. Not a lot more. There was a little overcast at the beginning of the game. The clouds have dissipated, and we have a very sunny day here in Phoenix, Arizona, about 70 degrees. 2-2 here. Kenzie Hill to the plate. She fouls this one off.
Kenzie Hill, .312 average for the season, 32 at-bats, 8 runs, 10 hits. She's had 2 doubles and 2 home runs. Getting in the middle of this lineup now. She was towards the end of the batting lineup the start of this invitational, so moving her way up nicely.
Callie Sargent ahead in the count, misses the zone there. 1-2 to the leadoff batter, Kenzie Hill. Sargent's had a very good game here so far. Kenzie Hill finds the gap in the center field, gets on base. As I was going to say, Callie Sargent has had a very good game, only allowed 3 singles before that one. Now she's allowed 4 singles, and then, of course, that home run by Nikki Gonzalez. So only 5 hits here early on for Callie Sargent, but a leadoff batter on, and Shea Smith to the plate.
Nevada having a couple strong pitchers. The Pack has won 3 of its last 4 contests with Eisenberg at the circle.
Shea Smith gets this one over the glove of the second baseman. Kenzie Hill was running right in front of that second baseman, and I think that might have distracted her there.
Yeah.
Mello was unable to get that one. Took an odd hop right over her glove. And now the Lopes have their leadoff batters on, first and second. No outs for Sierra Smith.
Yeah, like I was saying, McKenna Eisenberg, one of the main pitchers for the Pack, has had 2 huge wins over UTEP in southern Utah. Nevada scoring a season high 6 runs in each of those games.
Mello credited with the error on that last at bat. Shea Smith reaches on the error. And a bunt laid down by Sierra Smith, just foul. Very solid bunt there.
This is good things starting here for the Lopes, though, with no outs and runners on first and second.
Sierra Smith trying to make something happen here for the Lopes, build some momentum. She is faced with an 0-2 count. And the pitch. Fouled well over the net. Nice grab by one of the fans here.
They're going to get excited over that one.
Hopefully that one builds some excitement here in GCU Softball Stadium for the fans. Can root on Sierra Smith. The 0-2 outside.
Yeah, that one was far outside. Sierra Smith keeping a good eye on that one. She was showing the bunt at first, but nice watch on the ball there.
Bunt is risky here. 1-2 count. Fires this one, and she finds a gap. Kenzie Hill will go around to score, and she will be in. Safe. Lopes take the lead. Shea Smith advances to third base, and a great single by Sierra Smith.
Absolutely. Splitting the field now on first and third. Great little run-in play. And, of course, that was Kenzie Hill to make the run score here. Now the Lopes are up 3-2 on the Nevada Wolfpack. And no outs, JP, so we could put quite the run on the pack here. And Boiling, nonetheless, with 2 home runs on the weekend, could mean trouble for the pack.
Bowling finds another gap up the center. Lopes really hitting the gaps here. Shea Smith comes around to score. Another single by Bianca Bowling. Lopes really playing some small ball here, Taylor.
Absolutely.
Kenzie Hill with a single. Smith reaches on an error. And then 2 more singles, one by Sierra Smith and one by Bianca Bowling. Scores 2 runs for the Lopes here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Lots of quick action, like you said. A little quick ball here. Taking note of those gaps in the center field. Doing a nice job. Not too much power to get the fly ball. So really a tremendous effort here offensively for the Lopes now. 4 runs. 2 runs in the 3rd. 2 runs here in the 4th. And no outs for Taylor Kay. Perfect opportunity here to put the numbers up.
Coach Pearson sticking with Taylor Kay here. Only 17 at-bats. We might see her bringing a pinch hitter in a situation like this. No outs, but I guess they want to keep Taylor Kay in there for some speed.
Absolutely.
And, hey, the bottom of the order is providing here for the Lopes, putting on 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th. Kenzie Hill got on with a leadoff single, found her way all the way around. Shea Smith followed that up with a reaching by error. Taylor Kay showing bunt, pulls it back. Strike 1.
Taylor Kay, 235 average on the season, but only 17 at-bats so far.
Taylor Kay tries to lay a bunt, gets a little under, and that one is fouled. Back the key about a bunt is you got to hit it into the ground, get your bat above the ball, and she does not do that. It was a high pitch by Sargent, and Kay did not pull it back in time. She is faced with a 1-2 count here. Runners on first and second, no outs. She takes a hack at it, fouls it down just in front of the catcher.
Yeah, she's having a unique set of at-bat here, attempting a few different change-ups, batting left-handed. I think she's just wanting to get the runners home.
And fouled off into the net once again.
2 strikes, 1 ball. She's going to have to stay alive in this count in order not to get out here, JP.
Time being taken here, catcher getting her mask back on. Taylor Kay digging in. 1-2 pitch. Sargent winding up. Rips it to the left center field, just in front of the left fielder. She fires it home, but not before the throw. Sierra Smith gets there in time, and Bianca Bowling advances to third.
Absolutely. That was a surprising little play. I thought Nichols was going to have it there, but that is going to be another run scored. 5-2 now. Boiling on third. Great play put on by the Lopes. Taylor Kay advancing to second. tremendous effort here offensively. A whole change of theme, change of pace from the first 2 innings that we saw, JP, coming alive here in the 4th.
Single being credited to Taylor Kay there, of course advancing on the throw, but she will pick up in RBI, and even more important, the runner advances to third. Bianca Bowling and Taylor Kay on first and second.
Absolutely. Great job here by the Lopes in this 4th inning.
And Nikki Gonzalez, her last at bat, 2-run home run. She will come to the plate again. We will see a pitching change.
We're seeing this lineup really be to an advantage here. We were discussing earlier how Coach Pearson had changed this lineup continuously throughout the GCU Invitational weekend, but it's done a really good job because we've had the strength at top and then the strength at the bottom as well, really bringing out this momentum. So props to Coach Pearson, of course. She picked up her 100th career win against Lamar last weekend down in Waco, Texas, for the tournament that they hosted.
Now batting for the Lopes.
Amanda Guile coming into the game in relief for Sargent. Sargent having a little rough inning, getting a little rocked up these last 2 half innings for the Lopes. First pitch for Guile. Lifted high and over the net. Foul. Giles made 2 appearances in this tournament, very short ones. She pitched .2 innings against the Lopes right at the end of the game. And we are going to see a run score for the Lopes. I believe it was a balk ruled against the pitcher. And Bianca Bowling will come in to score, and Taylor Kay will advance to third. What a turn of events there for the Lopes and the Wolfpack.
A lot has happened here in the last 2 innings. If you're just tuning in, 6-2 now. Still no outs here. JP, this game has gone 0-100, as the cliche might put it. But awesome turn of events here.
Nikki Gonzalez, woo! Really got a hold of that one. Pulls it about 30 feet left of the foul pole. But if that one was fair, it was gone.
Yeah, she has a lot of strength. Nikki Gonzalez with those home runs on the weekend, earning that top spot in the batting lineup, 320 on the season.
In case you missed it, Lopes scoring 4 runs here. That last one by a balk by Gale. We saw that yesterday in the Rhode Island game. Umpire charged Rhode Island pitcher Maddie Lewis with a balk. Gonzalez up the middle, scores a run. She's on for a single.
The Pack in a little bit of trouble now. 7-2, 5 runs scored in this 4th inning. We saw 5 runs scored
Right fielder, Lorianne Olsen.
earlier in this weekend in the 1st inning. No runs scored here today for the Lopes in the 1st inning, but now 5 in the 4th. 7-2.
Ball 1 misses. Gale pitched against the Lopes. She pitched almost a full inning. She allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run. She didn't strike out any. And she pitched a full inning of relief against Rhode Island. Struck out 2 and did not allow any hits or any runs. A solid inning for her. Nikki Gonzalez going to be subbed out. Heaven Ackert going to come in to pinch run. No outs so far.
Running at first base for the Lopes, number 15.
Lopes in a very solid position here. Lopes with 5 singles this inning, scoring 5 runs. Olsen fouls this one off. Lopes with 5 singles. Shea Smith reached first base on an error by the second baseman. And all of that has led up to 5 runs in the 4th inning. Lopes up 7-2.
A little low on the pitch there. 2 balls now for Lorianne Olson.
The 2-1. Missed outside. Sargent was looking real strong here in this ball game early on, had 2 clean innings, then allowed a leadoff single and then a home run to follow that. She lost her way after that. Olsen gets on with a walk. Runners on first and second for Camry Wortman.
And still no outs. We've gone quite a few minutes now into this 4th inning with 5 runs scored and no outs.
Camry Wortman strikes this one high left field. Caught at the warning track. Ackert's going to tag up, and she slides in time at third base.
The third baseman was just 2 left wide of the bag in order to get that out. So now we have a split field here. Runners on first and third. And that's going to bring up Lainey Gomez.
Wortman did her job there, fired that one to the outfield, advanced the runner. Really got a hold of that one. A couple more feet, about 10 more feet, and that one was gone.
A lot of strength from Wortman, as we've seen. Gomez, of course, too. 391, leading the team in batting average so far on the season. Junior out of Gilbert, Arizona, attended Perry High School.
Runner is going. Nicholas holds the throw. Didn't want to commit an error. Didn't want to have an Ackert steal. So now all of a sudden, Lainey Gomez, 2 runners in scoring position. 1-1 count.
Lainey Gomez, 8 RBIs, so a good potential here to notch up another one.
Time called there. Shortstop needed to tie her cleat. And back to action, the 1-1. Well outside.
Yeah, this pitching change, I don't know if it was the best decision here for the Pack. But attempting to get back into the swing of things.
Gomez chops it to second base. They bring it home and tag the runner out. Hard hit against Heaven Ackert.
Yeah, she's going to get a little beat up off of that one. Nichols has a bit of a height difference to Ackert, so strong play there for Nichols.
Ackert came sliding in. A good throw by the second baseman. And Nicholas laid a shoulder into Heaven Ackert.
But that will still split the field here. 2 outs. Runners on first and third.
Gomez reaches by fielder's choice. Does not get an RBI. Smart play by the second baseman Mello there. Got it into her catcher. And kept the Lopes advantage by just 5. Kenzie Hill coming around again. She's singled already once this inning.
Now Amanda Gill is the relief pitcher, the sophomore out of Auburn, California. She was Mountain West Scholar Athlete last year. She only appeared in 15 games.
Gomez advancing to second base on that pitch there. We saw Olsen do that. This one is shot up the left side, and an error by the shortstop is going to give the Lopes 2 runs, a 2 RBI single by Kenzie Hill, and she's caught in kind of a jam. The ball goes well over the head of the first baseman, but Kenzie Hill will stay there. 2 RBI single.
Wow. 9, excuse me. I'm losing track now, JP, with 7 runs scored in this 4th inning. Impeccable change of events. 9-2 now for the Lopes. 2 outs, runner on first. Big error there by the Wolfpack, unfortunately for them now. 7 runs gone by.
That shows just how important that steal was by Gomez right there.
Yeah.
She stole second base and was able to come around on that single.
And Coach Pearson tells her runners, be aggressive. She almost would rather them attempt to steal and get out versus play it safe because of plays like
Shea
that
Smith
that are
fires
able to
it
make.
high, right to the center fielder. Nevada gets out of this inning. No harm done right there during Shea Smith's at bat. The Lopes, 7 runs in the 4th inning. They take a 9-2 lead here on GCU TV.
I'm Dewey, a student here at GCU studying communications. My dad graduated from GCU in 2009, and he is definitely bleeding purple. He loves GCU to the max. Me choosing to follow in his footsteps was the best idea I could have chosen. The program they had here and the direction it could take me was exactly what I wanted and what I needed. I am a GCU Lope, and I will forever always be one.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
RBI singles by Sierra Smith, Bianca Bowling, Taylor Kay, Nikki Gonzalez, and a 2 RBI single by Kenzie Hill. Puts the Lopes up 9-2 heading here to the 5th inning. Taylor Nolan remains in the circle. She is going to try to close this one out for the Lopes. We could see a run rule here. Excuse me, that's 8 runs. If the Lopes shut them out here and score 1 more in the bottom of the 5th, we will see a run rule game and play just 5 innings here.
And, of course, Nevada no stranger to the Lopes, putting runs on the board, dropping the game to the Lopes 11-3 on Friday night's game. And that, of course, ended early in a run rule as well. So Nevada really needing to make a stride here on the Lopes in order to force 7 innings in this game.
Nolan finds the plate on her second pitch. 1-1 count to Rocky Martinez.
I feel like Nolan will feed off this enthusiasm from the team and be able to pitch right out of this inning. She'll get that second strike there.
1-2-3 inning, last inning for her, the 4th. Finished it off with a strikeout against Sienna Swain.
Nolan was 7-1 on the season before this invitational.
This one chopped up and pinched in by Bianca Bowling for the first out of the top of the 5th inning. And the leadoff batter for the Wolfpack, Sierra Mello, will come to the plate. Freshman second baseman.
And of course, the Pack feeling the pressure now. 9-2, 1 out. They have to get on the board in hopes that this won't end in a run rule for them.
So it's going to look like another close game for the Lopes here. They had 2 of those thrillers yesterday. After the 3rd inning, the score was just 2-2. Taylor Nolan had a really good 4th inning, 1-2-3, and that gave the Lopes the momentum to blow up for 7 runs in the bottom of the 4th. Strike 1 for Taylor Nolan. She fell behind early here. 2-1 the count.
Now Nevada coming into this tournament with the second best record behind GCU. The Vikings were 0-5, Rams were 1-4, and the Spartans 5-5, and the Wolfpack 5-3 compared to GCU's 10-1. GCU outnumbering them in all statistical categories.
This one fouled just wide. Pushed off down the 3rd baseline. Count is even, 2-2. This one just inside.
Full count here for Nolan, needing to just pitch out of this inning. And all we need is one more run scored for that run rule.
For a walk-off victory. And this one chopped to the first base line. Fair ball ruled by the umpire, and Bianca Bowling scoops it up for not only the Lopes' second out of this inning, her second out of this inning. We've seen each inning it's gone to like one player. Last inning, Sierra Smith got like all the outs in the inning, and now this inning's Bianca Bowling's inning.
Sharing the wealth here, this GCU defensive team here.
Strike one for Taylor Nolan. She's got 4 strikeouts so far today, leading the team with 46 so far. She hit the 50 spot back in the 4th inning.
And 18th in the nation for strikeouts. That's quite a statistic for Nolan. And of course also tied for most wins in the nation as well. So 2 big categories that she's in.
This one chopped to Bowling once again, and Bowling steps on the bag, gets the out, and ends the top of the 5th inning for the Lopes. They are up 9-2, needing just 1 run here in the bottom of the 5th to close out this game. If you are visiting campus this spring, why not stay at the GCU Hotel? Featuring comfortable rooms, a resort-style pool, and the Canyon 49 Grill. It's the perfect place to stay when coming to GCU. Rooms start at $79 a night. Book a room today at gcuhotel.com.
Absolutely a great place to catch a post-game meal too. GCU Lopes looking excited for the bottom of this 5th inning. Of course, like you said, JP, only 1 run needed to end this game. So the Lopes, I'm sure, wanting to end a long GCU Invitational early, having been playing since Thursday in the 4th annual GCU Invitational.
We're going to see Sierra Smith, Bianca Bowling, and Taylor Kay come to the plate for the Lopes here in the bottom of the 5th. Each one of them with their own, each one of them exactly the same stat line in the bottom of the 4th inning last inning. Both of them, all 3 of them had a single and RBI, and they all came around to score. This one fouled off just in front of her dugout.
Sierra Smith knows how to get on base when she needs to. So this would be a good position for her to be in, starting in all 50 games last year. 311 average compared to her current 333, so a little bit of an improvement from freshman year to sophomore year.
Nine RBIs so far in the year, or 10 RBIs so far in the year, and 10 runs. She chops this one up high in foul territory, snagged by the 3rd baseman.
But it'll be boiling up in hopes of another home run here.
Bianca Bowling home run against San Jose State yesterday. She takes the first pitch, ball.
283 average on the season with 46 at-bats. Leads the team in home runs and RBIs.
Bowling fouls this over the net, just behind the home side dugout. 1-2 the count. 1 out for the Lopes here in the bottom of the 5th. This one high outside.
Bianca Bowling need to stay in this count here. Not force a second out.
Bowling swings and misses.
Yeah.
Gale picks up her first strikeout of the game. She seems to be settling in a little bit here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Looks like it's going to be Jenna Coates here to pinch hit. She'll come in as senior from Gilbert, Arizona.
Number 7, Jenna Coates.
Went to Higley High School, played in 13 games last year as a junior. 1 hit and 1 walk.
She has 9 at-bats so far this year, just 2 hits. Struck out 3 times. She has started 5 games. She fires this one high right side at the warning track. Hansen makes the grab. Ends the middle of the 5th, or ends the bottom of the 5th inning. Lopes with a 9-2 lead heading to the 6th.
Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Welcome back here on GCU TV. Lopes lead 9-2, looking to push their record to 16-1 on the year so far. That lone loss being against the number 23 team in the country, Baylor. Great showing for the Lopes here in this GCU Invitational. So far 5-0, beating Nevada Wolfpack 11-3, Portland State, Rhode Island, and beating San Jose State twice. This is the finale of the GCU Invitational. Leading off for the Wolfpack is first baseman Jennifer Purcell.
That's right. Lopes looking to keep their perfect record here at home, an overall record of 15-1. Nolan, 2 quick pitches there, but 2 balls. She'll stack up. This is Jennifer Purcell.
Purcell
Junior.
shoots one inside the gap in between the Smith twins.
That'll lead her to a single there. Now on first, no outs.
Despite her team losing by 7 runs, Erica Purcell having herself a nice, or Jennifer Purcell having herself nice game home run in the first inning and picks up a single here in the 6th. Nolan misses high.
Nolan not having the greatest game that we've seen her play this season. Coming out to a bit of a slow start. Staying composed though. That looked as if it should have been called a strike. That was right down the middle, but the ump will call it a second ball.
Very close to the strike zone. Taylor Nolan giving up 1 in the first, 1 in the second. She's been pushing through and has built some momentum for herself by the use of 4 strikeouts here today. The 2-1, low and in the dirt. Good job by Kenzie Hill there to keep it in front of her. The 3-1. Finds the corner of the plate. Sierra Smith cheers on her pitcher. Very nice pitch there. Hit her spot. Working real well with Kenzie Hill. This one misses high. Taylor Nolan walks.
Yeah.
Hansen for the second batter on base so far here for the Wolfpack.
Shortstop, Kenzie Goins.
Yeah, unfortunate little series there. Nice at bat for the Pack, able to fight back against Nolan, but just a little too inconsistent in that series. Double play.
Double play turned by
Absolutely.
Sierra Smith. The ball smacked right at her on the third base line. She reached up, grabbed it, and ripped it over to first base to get the second out. She looked at second and thought, that's a little close. I'll get it to first. And she did. Bianca Bowling makes a nice grab there and puts the double play on the board.
Sierra Smith, such a quick little turnaround, such a confident player, able to capitalize on those series there, forcing 2 outs just what the Lopes need.
Definitely not a standard 5-3 double play, but nonetheless, Lopes 2 outs on the board. Nolan begins this next at-bat with 1 ball against Rachel Rodriguez. Misses the plate there.
That'll be a perfect strike for Nolan. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
Nolan winding up for the 2-1. Finds the corner of the plate, even up the count. 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner on second base for the Lopes here in the top of the 6th inning. Kenzie Hill walking out there. They want to make sure they have the perfect pitch dialed in. Nolan would love to finish this inning, picking up her 5th strikeout of the ball game so far.
And another full win for Nolan to add to her wins in the ranked nation.
This one lifted to left over the head of Lorianne Olson. A run will come around to score, and Rachel Rodriguez will find second base.
Yep, that'll be a 3rd run here scored. Haven't seen the Pack score since the 2nd inning. So now 9-3. Still trailing. The Lopes is going to be the best hitter here so far with the average of 400 on the season. Amanda Nichols, the catcher that we saw earlier, playing quite aggressively here. She'll look to stay in with a runner on second. 3rd run scored, 2 outs.
Wolfpack now down by just 6 as Purcell rounds second base on that RBI double from Rodriguez. Nicholas lifts this one high left field, and that one is gone. A home run.
Wow, yeah, that was a great little contact put on by Nichols. That'll be her 1st home run on the season. She'll make her way around the bases and score a 5th run here for the Pack. 9-5 now. We always like to say in softball, just wait, anything can happen, and surely it has here. The Pack attempting to turn around their luck. And a call here by the ump.
Not sure what happened there. I think he ruled another out for the Nevada Wolfpack. And we will head to the bottom of the 6th. He takes a run off the board. That 2-run home run ruled just 1 run. I assume maybe one of the runners missed a bag, or maybe there was an unsportsmanlike. We will look into that for you guys here watching on GCU TV. But now we head to the middle of the 6th.
GCU now offers a unique opportunity to earn your doctorate through an on-campus evening cohort. Doctorate programs in education and in philosophy are enrolling now. Scholarships are available. The next evening cohort begins in March. For more information, visit gcu.edu/doctoral 2017. That's gcu.edu/doctoral 2017. And we're just checking into this last play here. We have sports information down talking to the umpire about just exactly what occurred in that last play, possible miscommunication here. But it is going to remain the score 9-4. They were given those 2 runs, but then 1 was taken back. For the bottom of the 6th, GCU will be back up to bat in an attempt to put on a few more here in this run. Looks like we possibly have the answer we've been looking for.
So Detective JP is on the case. He has the answers.
Let's hear it.
The umpire had already given the Nevada team a warning on their last home run when Purcell hit it in the first inning. They came a little too close to home plate territory. They ruled the home run hitter out. They did give the run to the runner on second base, Rodriguez, but they ruled Nicholas does not get the run. They rule her out, picks up her 3rd out. So a bummer there for Nevada and a fortunate break for the Lopes.
Be Nikki Gonzalez back up to hit, and she'll foul that one out to the left netting.
Nevada fans chirping towards the umpire, not very happy about that call. But if the umpire gave the team a warning, they should have heeded it, and it cost them a run there.
The 1 ball, 1 strike now in the bottom of the 6th.
Nikki Gonzalez bounces this one in between the third baseman and shortstop. Third baseman reached down for it and missed it just wide. That'll be a single for Nikki Gonzalez. The leadoff batter is on for the Lopes here in the bottom of the 6th.
Nichols will go out to Gail to talk with her.
And Pearson bringing in a pinch hitter, Megan Stevens, the star of the tournament so far. Had the game-winning home run in the first game against San Jose State. Hit a home run to right field, or hit a home run to left field. Bombed it over the net. And in the second game against Rhode Island, hit a 3-run home run to right field. So far in this GCU Invitational, 2 at-bats, 2 home runs. She's got a lot to live up to. Takes the first pitch ball.
The freshman star here, as you said, for the tournament. We didn't see her get the start today, but she will come in to pinch hit in the end of this game. Pearson giving her a chance to have a second showing as she did yesterday. She'll go 1-1 with the count here.
Stevens chops it to left. Going to try a double play. Just get the runner out at second. Stevens will reach on first base.
It'll be GCU homecoming queen Camry Wortman back up to hit. One of the 3 preseason all-WAC first-team honorees, voted on by the rest of the coaches throughout the Western Athletic Conference.
Your attention, please. Re-entering the game
And if you're curious just what other teams are in the Western Athletic Conference, it includes Seattle, UMKC, CSU Bakersfield, Utah Valley, and New Mexico State. All will start conference play towards the back half of the season. Coach Pearson setting up a pretty tough schedule for the Lopes this year. They will face off against Arizona Washington, Stanford, Cal Poly, BYU towards the end of the season.
Giving them a good look at some high-quality teams, showing them where the Lopes want to be down the road. Of course, Lopes still one more year of ineligibility for postseason play. 0-2 count to Camry Wortman. This one high. Lorianne Olson came back in for Megan Stevens. She is going to pinch run. I assume she will head back into the field. Take her right field spot back. The 1-2. Swing and a miss by Camry Wortman. 2 outs on the board for Gale.
Gale finally coming into her own. She pitched a rough 4th inning, but coming back into this 6th, doing a nice job. Was a little bit worried about the pitching change that Coach Taylor had allotted to her, but doing a nice job now.
Number 9, Haley Freeman.
Haley Freeman now pinch hitting for the Lopes. She'll come in to hit on the right side. Haley Freeman wearing number 9, another freshman.
Freeman pulled in her first career hit in the Baylor Getterman Classic. They were playing against North Texas. She scored an RBI on that single.
High school teammates with Megan Stevens. Both girls from Etiwanda High School out of Rancho Cucamonga, California. Both coming in here together as freshmen.
She finds fair territory, just sneaks by the third baseman right around the base, and Haley Freeman reaches with a single.
And Coach Taylor will come out once again, not looking too thrilled about the ump's play. The ump's call here now. Runners on first and second. The pinch hitter getting a nice fair territory ball there, able to get onto first. And it looks like it's going to be a 3rd pinch hitter in this series. Looks like it's going to be number 22, Jordan Keaton, another freshman. Coach Pearson, with this score so ranked, wanting to get these freshmen some game time.
Your attention, please.
Keaton's made 1 at bat so far this year.
Jordan
She drew a walk in that at bat, so no hits yet.
Keaton, a freshman out of Casa Grande, Arizona, Vista Grande High School.
And Pearson really getting some pinch hitters here this
Yeah.
inning. I like to see that. Lopes up by 5. Nolan's pitching a pretty solid game. She takes that pitch ball ahead of the count, 2-0. It's good to see that. Nolan has this game in her hand. Just one more half inning for Nolan.
Looked like she almost got the hit walk there. Keaton, that would force full bases.
Keaton hoping to score a run for the Lopes. She has 1 runner in scoring position. Gale stays alive here. 3-1 the count. 2 outs on the board.
Jordan Keaton making her freshman debut this
Keaton
season.
smacks it high towards center field and missed grab by the center fielder. Keaton's going to make her way around to third base. She will be halt there. But a 2 RBI triple for Jordan Keaton. Gets the Lopes
Absolutely.
on the board. Up by 7. Just 1 run away from the run rule. And Shea Smith will have a runner on third base.
Coach Ann Pearson so happy with Keaton's performance right there, coming out to third to tell her good job. Great effort by the freshman Jordan Keaton with such strength into center field, forcing that center field mistake there. 11-4 now. Mimicked little play there from the first meeting between Nevada when they scored 11 runs on the Wolfpack, scoring now 11 runs here in their second meeting.
So Lorianne Olson and Haley Freeman. Kamale Santiago coming in to pinch hit for Shea Smith. Santiago, one at bat so far here this year, did not get a hit. Actually, no at bats. I think she has pinch ran for the Lopes. This is her first at bat of the year.
One run away. We're in good position here.
She got hit by pitch there. Umpire said she was leaning it a little bit. She's going to stay there. Ball two, excuse me. So Santiago ahead in the count, 2-0.
And with Keaton on third, good opportunity here.
Santiago, a good cut, just misses. 2-1.
Coach Pearson playing a unique game today, coaching in her 14th season, bringing in some young players. She'll pick up, though, her second strike.
A nice hit by
Santiago.
Gale,
Yeah.
or a nice pitch by Gale there. Strikes the top part of the plate. Santiago held her swing. This one popped up. Pitcher calling off. First base calls off her pitcher. Ends the inning there for the Wolfpack. They remain down by 7. 2 runs for the Lopes in the bottom of the 6th. We will be right back. Taylor Nolan headed out once more.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
Welcome back here, GCU Softball Stadium. Top of the 7th inning. Taylor Nolan coming in to finish this complete game off. She's got 4 strikeouts. She's allowed 7 hits. Unlike her, 2 of those 7 hits have been home runs here for the Wolfpack. But if Taylor Nolan can defend this 7-run lead the Lopes have supplied her, she will move to 9-1 on the year.
Absolutely, yeah. That'll put her even higher in most wins here, ranked in the nation. Needing to just strike out, pitch out of this half inning, and that'll be a Lopes victory.
Lopes got in some normally bench players there in the last inning, had some fun with it, and they even supplied some runs. A triple by Jordan Keaton scores 2. Second pitch in a row fouled off by Sienna Swain.
Lopes really playing an offensive game today. It started off a little bit slower for them and a little slower for Nolan, but proving them as a team, another great victory this will be for the Lopes if they can capitalize in this half inning, moving them to 16-1 on the season.
The 1-2 fouled off again. That pitch a bit high. Swain checked her swing. But she did get a piece of the bat. This one low in the dirt. Kenzie Hill does a good job from keeping that one to go by her. And a swing and a miss
That's exactly
by
what they
Sienna
need.
Swain. 5th strikeout for Taylor Nolan.
Great job by Nolan to stay consistent there and pitch out of this half inning. 1 out, 2 to go.
Brianna Aguilar Bocage has the most strikeouts in this GCU Invitational so far this year with 7. Nolan has 5 so far. If she were to strike out the next 2 batters, she could tie that total set by the freshman pitcher. Misses that one outside. 1-1. Misses this one high. A little breeze coming in here now.
Yeah, close little pitch there. Nearly hitting Pack player.
Two one, fouled off by Rocky Martinez.
Rocky Martinez, sophomore out of Fresno, California. She was a transfer from Boise State. Made 38 appearances there and 18 starts as a freshman.
And she picks up a single, maybe more here. She's going to slow herself down at first base. Would have been a close play at second base.
Yeah.
Rocky Martinez on with a single. 1 out now for Sierra Mello.
Pack's last-ditch effort to attempt to slow down these runs and get some runs of their own up on the board to face off against 11 runs that GCU has scored. Now twice on them. 2 games played in this GCU Invitational.
And a beautiful drop ball there from Taylor Nolan. Gets a first pitch strike, and she gets ahead of Mello here in this 7th inning. Misses high and outside. And strike 2 there for Taylor Nolan. 1-2 the count.
Leaving that runner stranded on first.
Sierra Mello has struck out. Fly out. He pops this one over, and a diving play by Camry Wortman is a failure of a play. And the runner's going for third, and she will be in safe. The runner advances to second. An error by the outfielder, Jenna Coates.
Yeah.
Will throw that one awry, heading for Shea Smith.
Not a great defensive series
No.
there for Coates or the Lopes there. Rough little error that now pushed runners to second and third. The infield will reconvene at the top of the mound. And there'll be Aaliyah Gibson to bat for the Pack. Gibson with 342 on the season. 11 runs, 13 hits, and 5 RBIs.
Gibson singled in the first, but since then has not found a way to get on. That one just inside. Just misses the strike zone. But she's got 2 runners in scoring position. This one fouled off. Hit it down with her bat, and that one bounced off her foot into fair territory.
Only 1 out for Nolan here, needing to pitch just out of this half inning for a GCU victory. 16-1 record if they can finish this one off.
This one rises a bit too high.
This will be the final game in the 4th annual GCU Invitation.
Swing and a miss by Gibson. This one fouled off, slipped away from Kenzie Hill. But luckily Gibson got a tip on it. A runner might have found her way home if that one was not fouled off. Another foul by Gibson. Count remains 2-2. She is fighting with Nolan here. Good at bat for Gibson.
The Gibson Jr. out of Austin, Texas, went to Westlake High School.
This one popped up well over the net and well foul. Nolan getting ready. 2-2 pitch. Grounder to Camry Wortman. Gets it to Bowling for the second out of the inning, but a run will score.
Yep, nice run put on by the Pack there. Good little effort off of our GCU error there just a few moments ago. So the Pack will attempt to fight back. They had 2 runs in the 6th and now 1 in the 7th. 5-11, trailing GCU. 2 outs now for Nolan, knowing she just needs to get out of this inning.
Pinch hitter coming in now for the Wolfpack. Number 5, Alyssa Mendez. She started 10 games so far this year, .259 batter. Third on the team with 6 RBIs so far this year. She's had 27 at-bats, which is pretty high on the team. Coach just giving her a rest day, and she swings at a pitch that slips by her bat there. 2-1 the count.
Yeah, Mendez, the sophomore from Chino Hills, California. She's also the softball SAC representative for Nevada Reno.
She fouls this one off down the left side. Got a good crack on that one. Out to the outfield. Two the count, 2 outs and a runner on third for Alyssa Mendez. And strike 3, Taylor Nolan finished this game out with a strikeout, picking up her 6th of the game so far. A great tournament for GCU. They finish it off 6-0 here. They move their record to 16-1 on the season. Taylor, who's your player of the game?
Absolutely. It's going to have to be Nikki Gonzalez for this game. She really did a great job all GCU Invitational long. Of course, having the home run that she had yesterday and had 3 RBIs. So really a great effort by Gonzalez all weekend long, and of course having that 320 average coming into today's Invitational. So we thank you for tuning in. Any last words, JP?
Yeah, make sure to catch us here next week. GCU round robin tournament against Maine and Creighton, starting on Friday, March 3rd at 6 p.m. And also make sure to follow Grand Canyon University on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. Tune over to volleyball now to catch Ohio State. I want to thank our crew, Aaron, Elliott, and Gina. I'm JP Saar alongside Taylor Bond. Have a great night and go Lopes!